All right, people, back again. I actually just got finished doing Troll number one, written by Rob Liefeld. And you'll see that video before you see this. And then just next in the pile was this. And I was like, well, might as well go ahead. Like, I didn't want to do two Liefelds in a row. But I don't have, like, the worst memories of this, okay? I remember grabbing this up because... I believe this was Hellshock was my introduction to Jay Lee. I believe. I think Hellshock was done before he did these, and we all know this is an awesome thing. But I'll do this part in another video because I don't want to do one that's kind of like good and then bad or bad and then good. However you want to do it, right? But this is Youngblood Strikefile number one. Okay, this is a cover by Liefeld, and you know what? It's fine. You know, it's not bad. It's okay. I always kind of liked the Die Hard design, although I don't know what these things are supposed to be because you never see them again, especially from behind. But it always bothered me with these things here coming up like under his arm. It's got to bother you. Like, you can't put your arms down or whatever. You know, I don't know. It's just weird. But I remember opening this up and I was just like, okay, what the hell, right? Because I was like, I like this picture. I like it a lot. Yeah, this is a wonky-ass design. Like, how far down does this elbow go before it starts coming back up into this fist here, right? The legs are always super long, but that was a trope that that Liefeld did. But overall, like, I really liked this, and I really liked this. I was just like, you know, this isn't bad looking. We don't get anything for background. We get some clouds. Okay, we have no idea where the hell we are. We have this. They're always running on like a big iron ball or something like that, like out of a video game. They get around by rolling a ball that they're standing on top of or whatever. I don't know. That's a Liefeld thing. Liefeld was still trying to figure out how to attach shields to arms right here. And it's a good thing that most of that was hidden underneath of these word panels, so that you don't really focus on that portion of the artwork, because he could have moved that up, and then if he made it larger, then it blocks these other people, because sometimes, you know, and I know, according to his Twitter, that he's a master of the layout of comic books, but, okay. But anyway, so here we are, right, and it's telling you, it's Berlin, excuse me, 1944, so we're in the midst of World War II here, and it's like, look out, Axis, here we come, right? I am not sure why he decided to take this, like, these are the Golden Age versions of these characters. So this is Golden Age Die Hard. Why does he have the Cobra Commander mask on, or hood on, if you would? What makes that seem like it's a golden age thing that, you know, shows us like what it is or whatever? I don't know. But he drew it and he was like, okay, I guess I like it, you know what I mean? You know, so it's okay. So it says here, the Golden Age, Die Hard, Super Patriot, and Glory. Separately, we were dangerous, but as the Allies, we were unstoppable, right? Okay, because we're wondering, like, who's narrating, right? Because it's like, now those were the days. Because, of course, who doesn't have fond memories of World War II, right? Like, everybody should have fond memories of it. It was in no way, like, one of the worst wars ever or whatever, with, you know, so many people dying or whatever. But, okay, yeah. Anybody, if they were alive today or whatever from World War II, would just be like, no, I don't have fond memories of it. But whatever. I like this picture. It's not without its flaws. I like it. It's heroic, right? Glory here looks pretty good. Like it. Super Patriot. I like it. I always liked the design that Rob Liefeld did with this, right? These are Nazis, but can I just say that I've never seen a Nazi uniform that looked like this. I've seen a lot of movies with like German soldiers and stuff, and they were always wearing a different type of, I don't remember, like, these kind of helmets. Again, this kind of looks like a Cobra Commander helmet, just without the visor. Was this supposed to be a lasso? She's not wearing a cape. Did he have a lasso on her at first, and then maybe said, "Oh, we have to fucking change that before I get sued," because I think I had already gotten threatened by Marvel for trying to make Die Hard Captain America. I'm also not sure why Die Hard was his version of Captain America. Like, um, in all of the Youngblood issues I read up until they started, like, he started adding this in, I had never gotten the impression that Die Hard was some, you know, symbol of America or something like that. Yeah, his suit was like red, white, and blue or whatever. But I don't know. Anyway, uh, Liefeld here, I guess, forgot to draw the Cobra Commander mask, so he just decides to add what looked like feathers coming off the back of his head now. So it's just like, pick a lane, Liefeld, because you drew this and then you drew this. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I always try to stay consistent when I'm drawing pages, even when I end up screwing myself and I'm like, oh shit, I drew all this in this panel, now I got to draw it again in this panel, you know? It's annoying, but it's what it is, right? So they're just going in and they're fighting, you know, the Germans or whatever. And again, we get like the same thing. He forgot or didn't care to draw the Cobra Commander mask again, so he just decided to put things on here. I'm starting to think that what really happened was he drew every other page of this first and then drew this page. And when he did, he was like, oh, I got this new idea, but I don't really want to like fucking erase shit that I did. So I'm just going to add on little things here or whatever to make it look like he's still wearing that when he's not, right? Why is this all blue? It should be the same thing as this. It should be white and blue. Why is that all blue? It's the same thing, right? So little care. Where's her lasso? Did it disappear? Her belt was blue in the last one. Is it gold now? What is the color scheme? Like, what's going on here, right? I don't know. Things get confusing or whatever. But overall, I like a lot of the artwork here, right? We're getting some backgrounds, even though it's just a mountain or just a ground. He drew a tank that looks like a tank. I'm fucking amazed with that. I do not know what's going on with Super Patriot's cape here, right? It looks like he tried to do some kind of Spawn thing, and I know he brought it down here to do a panel border. It just, this part isn't bad. This just makes no sense, right? Because, you know, here's his cape here, and it's, I don't know, it's not that long, but it's what it is. So this whole thing is just, this is Glory. Glory is the narrator, okay? So that's it. Now, I also kind of like to point out, like, and this isn't like a negative on Liefeld or anything, but Liefeld was 100% invested with taking all of the characters that the Image Founding Fathers made and bringing them over in his books. Like, he had no problem with that, right? Now, I'm wondering, did the Image guys, they were just like, hey, yeah, go ahead and use whoever you want in your book. It's fine because we don't give a shit. Did they have a plan? Did Eric Larson get paid for having Super Patriot in this book? Like, I'm not sure how any of that went. I would like to know. This uniform is different from the uniforms that we saw. I don't know. These helmets are ridiculous, but it's what it is, right? Now, he threw his shield again. I was pretty sure that at this point, maybe it was, this came out like at the same time as the other one, like Youngblood number 4 or whatever, when he started doing this. But he had thrown his shield, which I guess like whacked everybody, and then the shield came back and he hit these people. The storytelling here doesn't, you know, again, he's not the best storyteller in words or pictures. It's just what it is, right? This is incredibly wonky. This was a very bad choice here to try to draw this because it just doesn't come off right. He could have put him in a slight angle or turning him a little bit. I think he would have had an easier time of accomplishing this because he's not sure how things attach to other things. So it's, you know, it's weird, but we still have him getting this. Like, the colors are still reversed here, and I think we had that same issue over here, right? Like the color changes so much on the on that, so we get a reverse. Like, it's white on the outside, blue on the inside, but now we got blue on the outside, white on the inside. I don't know. I think the colorists were all just like, fuck, we don't know what to do here. None of this makes any sense to us. And, you got to think. I know Rob Liefeld has said that he's like incredibly generous. Like he's paid these guys more than they would ever fucking make anyplace else or whatever because he wanted to get the best. And, the coloring in this book is great. It's absolutely insanely good. But I feel like, this is probably Steve Oliff, right? Because it looks like Steve Oliff, yeah. Steve Oliff and Ollie Optics, right? Steve Oliff was getting all of the books, okay? Once he started working on Spawn, everybody was like, we fucking need that guy to do all of our, coloring from now on. So everybody was hiring him. And I think out of everybody hiring him, if Liefeld wasn't paying the most and he didn't know what to fucking do with these colors, then he was just going to move somewhere else. Now, before I move any further, right, because I've been pretty nice with Liefeld's artwork here. Like, I like this. I like this picture down here. It's standard Liefeld or whatever, right? But what the fuck is this gun? What is this gun? Is there a handle? There's no handle. I don't know. It's got a clip. Fucking look up a gun, man. The internet was around at this time. I don't know. I always liked this picture. I remember when I flipped it and I'm like, oh my God, I love the colors. This is the blue-orange action-oriented color scheme. And I fucking loved it. Everything about it, actually, I like. He did the same thing here again, where, again, I believe he drew the whole book before drawing the first page. And then he had to add that on there. Which is going to be funny, because right here, you can see it didn't look like he had to add it, because it looked like he drew it, but you didn't see enough of it, so he threw tails on it again anyway. Which is wild, because down here, he has it, and she's got her lasso again. She's not wearing a belt, fucking consistency. Again, it's so hard to follow a Liefeld book, because you just never know what the hell it is. Are her boobs this color, or are they that color? We don't fucking know. Are they this color without stripes? Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows, right? This picture's pretty cool. How long is Die Hard's neck here? When he has to do this and he doesn't know how to piece it together, right? Because he's not drawing it the way he normally would. He didn't know how long a neck should be, or how this should flow over the shoulders and chest and, traps and everything. He didn't know. But again, this looks pretty good, right? I like Glory here. I like Super Patriot, right? There's like an energy there with it or whatever. He still doesn't have the shield centered correctly, because he wanted to draw more body. He didn't want to bring it over here and cover that up, because he had already drawn it. And that would mean erasing. And we know that's not a thing he ever does. So we found it, earlier that Glory was narrating this whole thing, telling this story, and then we see that this is older Glory, and she is talking to Shaft and Die Hard. And it's these last two pages where we get what this story is about. It's basically that Super Patriot was part of their allied group, the Golden Age Super Patriot, which is not this Super Patriot. And he dies in the pages of Savage Dragon, right? And she thought that the Youngblood program would grab him up for Project Born Again in order to bring him back to life, so that they would still have a soldier that they could use. And she didn't like that idea, but then she found out that it wasn't Youngblood that did that. It was Cyberdata. Cyberdata had taken Super Patriot and applied all of those cybernetics and brought him back to life and everything. And she's saying that she doesn't like this. She feels that Super Patriot should be able to rest. He shouldn't have his legacy destroyed with whatever Cyberdata is doing to him. I believe Cyberdata is like an evil corporation as well. Now, this again was from Mark Silvestri's book, Cyberforce, right? And then Eric Larson used that because they're trying to create a universe, right? And then, so now he's trying to incorporate it into Youngblood. So for me, it tends to get a little convoluted, because then it's like, okay, what are we going to do here? But anyway, so Glory is like, that's why I want you guys to get him back, right? And make these monsters pay. And then Die Hard, because this is a splash page, right? We have very little story. To be honest, this whole story could have been told in like 3 pages, right? Maybe 4 pages, okay? Stretching it out like this, whatever. You know, we got some okay artwork out of it and everything, right? Everybody sits in a chair just unnaturally when it's Liefeld, but that's one of the better chairs that he drew. Did he draw this? Is there a technical assistant? There it is. But one of those technical assistants is actually Liefeld. So that's weird. That's really weird, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and give George McCarthy cred on the desk and the chair and the flowers and the shading and all that, because we know that's what happened. But anyway, Die Hard is here on this splash page, and he gives a ton of text to just basically say Youngblood invested a lot into Super Patriot, so they're going to want him back. And it's like, Super Patriot wasn't a part of Youngblood. He was a part of the Allies or whatever, but I don't know. It comes off as just being weird. But anyway, it says to be continued. And then we get, and I mentioned this before in one of my other videos when I was talking about Liefeld, right? That this picture wholeheartedly surprised the hell out of me. I love it. I think it's awesome, right? But I know that he actually must have used a reference and possibly maybe traced it, okay? We have a ton of background here. I might want to give it to Mickey. I don't know, right? But even though that's just a pillar, that's something. That's giving us something. Like, I feel like she's on Paradise Island or whatever the hell, Amazonia, it must be called or whatever. So I really liked that picture. And again, I think he used a reference because, you know, that's what I had stated before. But there we go. That was Rob Liefeld's part of Youngblood Strikefile. Guys, if you like this video, please go ahead and hit like. It helps my channel grow. If you want to see more videos like it, hit subscribe. All right, guys. Thank you. See ya.